Hello, it's me, V. I'm here for another action-packed session of trying to co-write an ongoing story with AI Dungeon. I'm gonna load up our story now, which I think is already continued. Right. So, I don't know if anyone's here, but let me know if the sound balancing is okay. I'm happy to turn down the music or turn it up or whatever. Oh, hello, Chimerical Girls! Yay, story time. I'm glad you're excited. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much. You might remember that last time I gave myself the homework after much advice that I should be putting in some information into the world info and pin sections of this to try and make the AI help the AI remember more consistently what the story is. However, much like every homework I have ever been assigned in my life, I did not do that. So we're gonna be doing that now. So it's like a peek behind the scenes of how things works, how AI Dungeon works. So we have world info. Here you can add world info entries, comma-separated keys, and an entry to shape what the AI knows about the world and hidden info the player doesn't see. An entry is included in what's fed into the AI if one of the keys is detected. Case doesn't matter and allows output or input. Okay, well let's see what we can do there. Educational, says Chimerical. Yeah, that's totally what I'm going for. I'm trying to educate everyone. And it's not just that I'm absolutely incapable of completing anything even vaguely attached to the word homework. Keys. Okay, well the kingdom is spelled Larian. So, entry. I mean, the kingdom's name is Larian. I don't know what to say. You live in the kingdom of Larian. I mean, I don't feel like I want like lots of really in-depth information. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be nice if it remembered some key terms. Who do we have like ruling this world? I'll add that info. Let me just go have a look. I think I said something about the king or the queen. A little scroll back. There's a great palace. Easily summoned by chicken feet. Regent Alaruna rules the kingdom. I'll put that in. And Tyrek Weston is a wizard. And of course we have Kay is our... Okay, so let me... World info a bit more. We will get to the story. Tyrek Weston is the court wizard to Alaruna. It was a she, wasn't it? She resides the Great Palace. And we'll add K. And it's probably Soot, because it just never remembers Soot. Okay, and Soot. It'll be confused with Pet Crow. Okay, let's see how that goes. And we'll try and pin things as we go as well. Okay, I don't need that one yet. Alright, maybe the AI will remember more now. Chimerical Girl says, this is kind of cute. Even the AI needs a glossary to keep all of the Fantasy World stuff. Keep track of all the Fantasy World stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely not keeping track. I keep scrolling back. definitely going into this with no plan makes it a lot more difficult, but then I wanted to have no plans so that the AI could kind of direct the story. But then when you're having the story directed by someone who isn't really a person, it really gets very strange. Anyway, let's continue the story. As we remember, the fairy Kay came back to us and said he wanted us to visit the court wizard who cursed him before and find out what the strange script around his wrist is. And we decided that in order to get to the palace in time, we would summon the spirit of the palace? The AI does some strange things. And convince it to descend us. So, the last thing we've got here, I'll read the last paragraph-ish. So, I am somewhat on a time limit, you say hesitantly. You sense the spirit's regard sharpening, an uncomfortable prickling. The spell in your hands continues to fizz, and you are beginning to feel the strain of it. You drop to your knees. Please, you say. You hear a low growl like that of a bear. You hope it signals thoughtfulness and not anger. The voids of the spirit's eyes seem to grow larger, and the uncomfortable prickling grows sharper. Your crow companion, Soot, cackles and swoops up to the spirit. The force of the spell pulls at his feathers, but he has no trouble holding himself aloft. What is this? The spirit says, the growling stopping. The prickling eases as it moves its attention to your pet. The fizzy feeling in your body lessens. Soot is a friend, you say firmly. I own him. He does no harm. He looks like a beast, the spirit says. Oh yeah, the last, 2 sentences here with the AI. 3 sentences, okay. Let's see what we can do with this. So, excuse me. What if I just, undo this? Or retry it even? So wait, that's there. Retry. What? This is so weird. Okay. What is this? The spirit says, the growling stopping. The prickling eases as it moves its attention to your pet. A fowl? What would a bird be doing here? I'm a translator, Soot caws. Okay, so Soot could just, talk and is also a translator now. The best thing is, actually, this does... Look, it's remembered that Soot is a crow. The spirit has had a reaction. It really likes the spirit being like, what is this? So that's, consistent. I'm a translator. I'm a translator. Oh, should I roll with that? I don't know. Okay. Let me think. It moves its attention to your pet. I don't know about I'm a translator. I don't know if I want Soot to talk. You could just not understand it? Should I just we're not really in an omniscient voice here, so that doesn't really... I can work with this. I'm gonna move. We're just gonna... translator doesn't work, I'm just gonna... the translator, like we're already conversing completely fine. Oh, Sidora says hello. Hello, Sidora. Welcome. So far, the AI has made Soot the Crow talk. And we're just gonna roll with that. So... It is very powerful, says Chimerical. Yes. Let's just see what the AI does with this. So I'm just... I've entered this. What is this? The spirit says, the growling stopping. The prickling eases as it moves its attention to your pet. A fowl? What would a bird be doing here? I'm coming too, Soot caws. Your mouth pops open in surprise. You had no idea that Soot could speak. Something about the summoning spell and the presence of this great spirit must have granted him the ability. Spirits are meant to have a strange effect on nature. Right, you say, as if this hasn't shaken you to your core. I would never undertake such an important quest without Soot. Soot landed on a nearby branch and started to preen his feathers. I am very powerful, he says. The spirit of the great palace considers you both. You can feel the breath of it even through the portal, heavy and hot. A crow is a worthy guide, the spirit says. I will grant you passage. Alright, I'm going to see what the AI does. Oh gosh, writing this feels like it's like I'm like 10 years old trying to write a story or something. Like, I just don't I don't know what's happening or why I'm writing anything, and I don't know what the AI is going to do. The portal blinks out, and in an instant, the strain on your body is relieved. You let out a sigh of relief as you collapse to the ground. We should go. No AI, we're trying to go through the portal. Do you want to try again? I mean, it's doing great. Like, apart from that it doesn't know that we're trying to get through the portal, like, look at that. A human could have written that. A human could have written the last stuff as well that it did. Oh, gold star for AI dungeon. Okay, you're at least as human as me right now, AI dungeon. You're doing great. Like, it was supposed to, I'm just gonna edit this because I don't think it's gonna suddenly understand that we're trying to use the portal. And then I'll give it another shot to do what happens next. I'm gonna try and keep what I can. I've turned about to read the let's. Gonna tell the AI that Soot can't speak anymore. Alright, let's see what the AI does. I feel like probably the best way to get coherence out of AI Dungeon is to constantly remind it what your goal is. So like every time you write an entry, you remind it that I'm trying to get to the palace right now, I'm trying to do this, that kind of thing. But it would make very boring reading. I will grant you passage. The image of the great dragon shifts again, scales and limbs returning to stone and towers as it resumes its palace form. The portal shimmers and turns opaque, the sucking energy of it fading. You let out a sigh of relief. All right, Soot, you say. We should go. Soot caws at you wordlessly, the magic of the great spirit that granted him language gone. He lands on your shoulder and together you step through the portal. Chemicals wonder whether it would be help to mention in the glossary that Soot can only speak with spirits. Oh, maybe. I might be able to pin that? I don't really know. Let me try this. So we have our Soot entry. Alright, I might remember that, or it might just make everything worse. Let's find out. And now we see what the AI does. Sneaking through the palace at night was always easy for you, and tonight is no different. Your hands find the cool, polished stones of the wall as you walk along. Sneaking through the palace at night was always easy for you. Okay, sir, hello, welcome. The AI has been so good today. So good. So it can talk now occasionally. Alright, let's see what this does. What? You are stepping back into the dragon's lair. The chamber is empty, but you know that dozens of great guards, and perhaps even more minor retainers, must exist here. Nope. Try again. Okay. That's possibly doable. Right? Do we think? That's pretty doable. You find yourself in the middle of a large palace courtyard, surrounded by the palace itself. From where you stand, you can see through the gate and past the buildings of the courtyard into the wild green countryside beyond. Okay, we can work with that. I'll see what I can kind of... Into the wild green country. I just don't feel like a... Like, do you normally put your palace just like... in a field? It's just in a field. Like, why wouldn't it be? I'll just do a little edit. I mean, it's a lovely phrase. I like the phrase "wild green countryside." It sounds pretty, but it just is not probably useful. It could be in a city. That makes way more sense. Like, if it was just like a fort, maybe in a field, that kind of makes sense. If like it was on a hill, but okay. So we'll leave this largely as is. You find yourself in the middle of a large palace courtyard, surrounded by the palace itself. From where you stand, you can see through the gate. remind the AI again? Okay. Let's try this and see what the AI does. So. You find yourself in the middle of a large palace courtyard, surrounded by the palace itself. From where you stand, you can see through the gate and past the buildings of the courtyard into the bustling city streets beyond. Soot pinches your ear in his beak, and when you squeak in protest, he takes off, cackling. You rub your ear and look around. The courtyard is surprisingly empty, a mix of stone paths and raised bed gardens. You see a gardener tending the hedges, but she seems to have taken no notice of you. The spirit of the great palace had been kind, it seemed, and not thrust you into the arms of its guards. You center yourself. You need to focus on your mission, to find Court Wizard Tyrek Weston, or their quarters at least. Okay. And the AI says... Come on, AI, you've been so good. Okay. Oh, hello? Wrigley says, wow, it's writing really well. Yeah, it's today it's doing, it's almost like a human. I've been really impressed. Normally it says some really, really wild things that do not make sense. I got some advice that I should be using the world info here, and I've put in a few key terms in the hopes that it might remember things, and maybe that's helping, or maybe we've just been lucky. It's normally quite the battle, but we'll see. So, where did we get to? Okay. You begin to walk through the courtyard. Your footsteps soundless on the flat stone. You glance around you. You try one door, then another, then a third. They are all locked. Shite. Wrigley says, I think world info is good. Yeah, I never really messed with it because when I was like looking up what people did, people were so conflicted on whether it actually helps. But I mean, it might be helping right now. I'm also trying more and more to remind the AI what we're doing because it gets very confused very quickly if you just aren't kind of dropping hints to it as you write. Footsteps. I don't know if it's supposed to be soundless. They're all locked. Shite. I guess we're the kind of person who says shite. Law the witch. Alright. I'm gonna leave that. That's all almost human. I'm giving I want to reward the AI for like, it's been so long since it was giving us useful words, so useful sentences, so we're just gonna reward it for that. I think I misgendered Tyrek Weston earlier. I think Tyrek Weston was she, her. I think Vision Alaruna is they, them. Anyway, I'll work on it. I don't know. Sure. Okay. So, you begin to walk through the courtyard, your footsteps pattering on the flat stone. You glance around you. You try one door, then another, then a third. They are all locked. Shite. You consider whether a spell might unlock one of the doors and let you in. But though you have the blessing of the Great Palace itself, you don't actually have permission to be here from Regent Alaruna or their retainers. This courtyard is likely public enough, but if you're caught somewhere restricted, you don't know what might become of you. You go to the gardener. "Pardon me," you say. "I'm a visitor, here to see the court wizard. Could you direct me to them?" And the AI says... Oh boy. Face full of dirt. Okay, it's gotten weird again. Okay. The gardener, a young woman with a face full of dirt and an apron tied around her waist, gives you a brief glance. "Of course, sir," she answers. A face full of dirt? What does that mean? Face full of dirt. It just seems so rude. I don't know. I mean, I still kind of want to reward it for giving me a mostly human sentence. Look at this. This follows on from the thing I just wrote. We'll just do some light editing. A face full of dirt. Take it. Dirt smears on her cheeks. Maybe is that kind of more what you? I in my mind, like a face full of dirt is like there's like dirt like coming from her mouth, and like it just seems so like aggressive. Wrigley says dirty peasant. Yeah, this is. Oh my goodness. With dirt smears on her cheeks and an apron tied around her waist, gives you a brief glance. Do you call it an apron if it's like for working? Like if it's something like, because gardeners do wear like an apron-y shaped thing often, but like, or could, I guess. I don't know. I don't think we're a sir, are we? Okay, we're gonna continue. We always write in the edit function so you can see. I don't feel comfortable with the dirt smears either. I feel like I'm maligning gardeners here, but the face full of dirt was definitely worse. What do you use to trim a hedge? Like... trimmers. It's supposed to have. We're moving on. Shears! Shears! That's a good one. Let's do shears. That sounds appropriate. Should we pocket her shears? Well, we're back to V wants to Google things constantly, but that would not be an incredibly compelling viewing experience. I don't know. Let's try this. Okay. The gardener, a young woman with dirt smears on her cheeks and an apron tied around her waist, gives you a brief glance. Of course she answers. She pockets her shears and looks at you properly. Her eyes narrow a little, no doubt taking in your decidedly swamp witch aesthetic, with your dark robes, muddy hems, and soot landing on your shoulder. You hope she is more kindly toward witches than the guard at the city market. I'm in quite a hurry, you say, hoping the urgency might distract her. Okay, and the AI adds... Look at me giving the AI lots of sentences. Okay. I know how you folk are. Hurry up and wait. Go that way, she says, pointing down the path. But be quick about it. Oh my gosh. What? Okay, this is fun. Is this fun? Oh, Fixato says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Fixato. Welcome back. Everyone says bun. OMG, the AI is so rude. Yeah, what is this? So I think it's picked up on the idea that we've brought in the weird prejudice it brought into the story with the guard against witches. So it's re-remembered that because we've mentioned it. So it's picked up that tone, and then it's just gotten really confused about what we're actually doing. Hurry up and wait, but be quick about it. It's just nonsense. Alright, we're back to... I really love how much the AI has very good grammar most of the time, and good sentence construction, good sentence variation, but absolutely no ability to, like, make sense. Hurry up and wait. We're gonna retry that one. I know how you folk are. Also, I don't know if I want to just go deeper into the prejudice aspect. I don't feel like we're gonna do that justice in this adventure with AI Dungeon. Right, she says, seemingly distracted herself. There's a secret door in the wine cellar. It leads straight to the wizard's quarters. I'm sorry, I'm too excited to read this properly. She points over to one of the towers in the middle of the courtyard. What? What? Well, I don't know. This is so weird that I kind of want to do something with it. I might not change too much about this. Like, what is... This is a gardener just like, yeah, just take the secret passage through the cellar directly to the wizard's bedroom. Wrigley says witches aren't allowed to use the front door. Look, I Sylvan's entrance. I mean, maybe we could spin it that way. Oh my goodness. By the way, Wrigley's, you have a very nice snowflake emoji in your name. I don't know what that signifies, but it's pretty. Seemingly distracted. You said that you hope it might distract her, and the AI is like, I don't know, I guess she's distracted, and then just says a bunch of other stuff. Okay. No, it's fine. I need to focus. It's just so easy just to like dwell in the moment when it comes up with something really weird. I don't know, let's just give... I don't know how to... Oh, you're very welcome, Wrigley's. There's a secret door in the wine cellar. I'm gonna say the edge of the courtyard because if it was in the middle of the courtyard, that wouldn't. It's not really a courtyard. I mean, I guess maybe it is. We were saying it was gardens. It doesn't really work. A secret door in the wine cellar. Why is she saying this? What's her motivation? I need to make sense of this. I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. I'm not gonna try and make too much sense of it. Sorry, I'll stop soon and then let the AI have another go. Alright. I don't know. Let's go. This is getting very strange. Let's see what the AI does next. Okay. Right, she says, crossing her arms. You don't think she's fooled by your ruse. There's a secret door in the wine cellar. It leads straight to the wizard's quarters. She points over to one of the towers at the edge of the courtyard. Secret door? You are startled by her directness. This can't be the way most visitors begin their audience with Weston, can it? But it serves your purposes, so you thank her and follow her directions. The door to the tower is blessedly unlocked, and you follow the stairs down into the wine cellar. There are two servants there, leaning against the wall and chatting. They give you curious looks, but don't stop you. Is security here really this lax? It makes you uneasy, like there is something you are missing. You search for the secret door, not sure exactly what you're looking for. And then the AI says... I don't know about this one. Master, are you all right? You turn to see the gardener and another woman, this one in a fine blue dress, stepping out of the shadows. The woman's eyes are completely white. Ooh, okay. Alright, no. We can work with this. I'm going to try and be a generous co-writer and continue to allow the AI to do more things. So, and have more creative control. Because I've really been having a stranglehold over the AI this far. Okay. So, the person we're looking for, the court wizard, his name is Tyrick Weston. Tyrick Weston is a woman. So, this, in theory, could be Tyrick Weston. maybe we could... Master seems... Maybe... How do we see that? No, it just doesn't work, does it? Let's just undo it. Because we're in the wine cellar, so we... Well, that's not the gardener. It just remembers the gardener was a character, so it's bringing it back in. Apparently it's got 1,000 words of memory, but it really feels like it's got like 200 words of memory. Press enter again and the AI might expand on it so it makes sense. That has not been my experience, Wriggly's. My experience has been that I press enter again and then it gets much wilder. But okay, let's give it a go. Alright, hang on. We can always undo it. The beauty of undo. Yeah, you're laughing at me. I don't know, Wriggly's, that you're just trying to get more random stuff out of this AI. Well, let's try it. What? The woman's eyes are completely white. There is a faint smile on her face that makes you uncomfortable. Then you remember this is a spirit. This woman has literally been turned into a cold, unfeeling husk. I don't think that made it make sense, Wrigley's. Thank you. I don't think that it was fun. I mean, at some point I'll do a session that we're not continuing the story and I just let the AI run wild. But because we're trying to make this long running, I'm trying to reel it in when it does very random things. I love the faint smile on her face that makes you uncomfortable. I love the idea of a cold, unfeeling husk just wandering in, but also it doesn't really work. I'm gonna see if I can do something with this previous one though. To see. How? Omen. We're gonna work on this woman. I don't know what I'm saying. We're gonna make this work. Okay. But not the husk thing. That was really cool, but there's no way I could continue with it. We can turn this into a horror story eventually, AI, if that's what you really want, but maybe not right now. No, maybe not just right now. Okay, it's 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna go for about another half an hour. And my music appears to still be going, which is like a record. I'm very pleased. I am a genius who just now realized I could put it on a playlist that repeats, so good luck me. Let's see. then I'll let the AI do it. I think I've written a bit much. Alright. Sometimes I just, like, I write too much, and it's not because I'm, like, getting really into the story, it's because I'm really afraid of what will happen when I stop writing and it's the AI's turn. It's a really unusual motivator, for word count. Okay. A shelf full of wine slides into place behind her, sealing up what looked like a passageway. Well, that must be the secret door then. The woman ignores the servants, instead turning her unnerving white gaze onto you. A witch in the cellar of the Great Palace? Now there is a story I'd like to hear. Come with me. Her head tilts to one side. Or you could go with the palace guards if you prefer. The threat hangs in the air a moment. You have no idea who this woman is, but her eyes scream to you of magical ability. It must be Tyrek Weston, the court wizard who cursed Kay. She holds the answer to your mission, and she is too powerful to trifle with. You bow awkwardly, unused to the motion. Of course, you say. I would be delighted to tell you. She opens the secret passage, pressing something in the wine rack, and leads you upstairs. Alright. And the AI says... I feel like everyone's gonna trick me into letting the AI do too much again. Okay, let's... You open your mouth to tell her the truth, but she cuts you off. Don't worry, she smiles. Your secret is safe with me. What? Nope. Let's just give it a little retry, because that just is not as good as normal. The guards heave you up and take your arms, marching you toward the cells. No, I was very confused by what I've just written. I'm going to try one more time, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to write a short sentence trying to give it something to work on, and then try it again and give it another go. So, yeah, there's not guards here right now. You walk around the palace, regal rooms opening up before you. You start to take a quick look at a jewelry shop, and then a library, and then a button room. I don't know. See, I love AI Dungeon. I love everything about the construction of this. I love walking around these regal rooms opening up before you. Beautiful visuals. I don't know where this jewelry shop, library, and button room are coming from, but it's wonderful. But we're not doing that, AI Dungeon. You don't know what's happening right now. I'm really sorry that I've confused you. Fix that. Yeah. What is that emoji? Amazing. Yeah. No, we're not going to do that, AI Dungeon. I'm going to undo that, and then I'm going to write another sentence and see if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Gosh, it's so much less descriptive writing this than it is when I write normally, and it's because I don't want to... I'm trying not to write too much before I let the AI go, and I need to make sure that what I write explains the situation well enough that AI Dungeon understands what's happening. So you just can't waste those words on description. Let's see what I can do here. Fixato says, it's from a point-and-click adventure game, Edna and Harvey. Oh, I don't know it. It's a really good emoji, though. I like the art style. Okay. I'm gonna let the AI finish the sentence and describe her rooms. This is definitely a terrible, terrible, terrible idea, but it might be that we get another button room, which would be really fun. So let's just see. Trying to set this up as best as I can. Okay, okay. Let's do what I've written. So, gotta wait for it to catch up. Oh, I really gotta wait for this to go, huh? Okay. I'm just gonna start from here. You bow awkwardly, unused to the motion. Of course, you say. I, would be delighted to tell you. She opens the secret passage, pressing something in the wine rack, and leads you upstairs. The passage features a winding staircase. You pass several closed doors, but the woman doesn't pause. At the very top is a door made more ornate than any of the others you've passed. It's painted deep purple and carved with strange symbols you don't recognize. You wonder if they are related to the script you saw on Kay's wrists. She leads you inside into her room, and now you are certain that this is the court wizard. Her room is... AI Dungeon says... Her room is lavishly decorated with vibrant colours. The purple draperies are trimmed with gold, and the carpet is bright red. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I'm disappointed that there wasn't something really wild, but I'm proud of you, AI Dungeon. That's kind of an ugly colour scheme. I don't know. Purple and red could be good. We'll go with it. I respect your creative vision, AI Dungeon. Oh, Fixato's telling me about and then Harvey. It's a good game, but I've yet to finish watching Kikoskia's Let's Play of it. The game does come with a bunch of content warnings, though. I got a bit burned out on it because the Let's Player kept using every item on everything and exploring every dialogue option available. Not a bad thing per se, but as the game has a lot of unique and funny descriptions, but by the end of the Let's Play is a bit too much even for me. Oh, yeah. Point and click things can be like that. Like, good game development, like, will have loads and loads of different kind of dialogue options and descriptions and pop-ups, but I can imagine it gets very slow. Fixato says purple and gold will go together, I guess, as well as red and gold, but all three combined, maybe not. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Look, well, let's not judge Tyrek West and Court Wizard, or AI Dungeon. we judge AI Dungeon for much weirder things than this, so we'll let this one slide. Oh yeah, I use the edit function, don't I? So you can see. All right. Oh, this is the one. I don't know, I'm just listing magic things. Alright, let's see what the AI does. I don't think it's gonna... I don't think it's going to understand what I'm doing right now. Or, by which I mean, not like that it... I'm not really necessarily trying to get it to go along with what idea I have, because I don't really have much of an idea. That was the whole point of not having a plan. But, like, it often doesn't just does something completely random, doesn't that is unrelated to what we've just written. So let's see how this goes. So... She leads you inside into her room. That's very weird. And now you are certain that this is the court wizard. Her room is lavishly decorated with vibrant colours. The purple draperies are trimmed with gold and the carpet is bright red. You notice all manner of magical items on display. An urn that burns with a strange light, closed into a glass case. A bookcase where the books occasionally slide off the shelves and reorder themselves, as casually as if an invisible hand is moving them. A staff with a crystal dragon curled around the polished wood, hanging on the hooks on the wall. The dragon occasionally shifts, tail sliding and wings shuffling. You have never had access to anything like the powerful items you see in the room. You largely make do with what you can find in your swamp. For a moment you feel envy sting at you. But you are not unhappy with your life, and if you complete Kay's quest, you will have access to anything you might wish. Tarek gestures to the sofa and chairs in the centre of the room. Sit. If you would. You sit. Alright. AI? What does... My dear madam, says Tarek, permit me to offer you some hospitality. He gestures, and a serving girl appears. She lowers herself into a low bow. Now, Tarek... Have I used pronouns? She resides... Yeah, Tarek is a girl... You've forgotten the world info. You've forgotten the world info that I've told you to remember every time you use the word Tarek. Okay. I'm going to try one more time. And if it's not too wild, we'll go with that. Now, tell me your name, witch. My name is not important. What is important is the one you gave me, Kay's Bane. Fixatus says, does the AI know of multiple Tyrex, perhaps? I mean, it just kind of gets confused all the time about everything. It also gives the same characters different names sometimes, which is a thing you have to watch out about, which is doing to me right now. No, you... And maybe just one more. Maybe just one more retry. Wait, what? Yeah, it just... You know... Probably should have gone with the serving girl one. Why do you wish to find the Craxil? You explain as best you can without going into too much detail. What's the Craxil? That's not why we're here. I know you don't know why we're here, AI Dungeon. I will make something that makes a bit more sense. Okay. Sit if you would. You sit. What did I say before? Fixato says the AI isn't going to think you stroked Tyrex's feathers, isn't it? Oh, maybe. Yeah, quite possibly. Oh, the music didn't restart. Okay, I've noticed the music isn't working. I'm going to start it again. Give me a moment. Video paused? Don't pause videos on me. All right, music again. I'm very sorry about the lack of music. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I am just saying things in the hopes that the AI then works with it. Okay, I don't I don't know if you have the sense that I'm slowly losing my mind, but I am absolutely slowly losing my mind. Okay. So, she says, my name is Tyrek Weston, but I think you know that. Who are you? She stares at you, her pupilless eyes unnerving. You swallow hard. Law, you say. Soot caws from your shoulder, and you calm him by stroking his feathers. And this is Soot, you add. And you were attempting to sneak into my rooms because... She smiles. Her teeth are very even. I wasn't trying to sneak in, you say, though that isn't completely true. I was told this was the way to find you. She shrugs. For a tryst, perhaps. For business, the front door would do better. Alright. AI, you definitely don't know what's happening. We're gonna give you a shot. Crossing my fingers, crossing both my fingers. Her eyes dart from you to Kale, and he backs away slightly. So, you were sent to find me by your... partner? Partner, you repeat? Miracle Girl says Return of the Biceps. Yes. This is... Kay's name is Kale now. And now we're romantically involved. The AI really wants Law and Kay to be romantically involved. You can work with this. Except for Kay being here. Kay wasn't here. Okay. No, this is the one. Okay, click. But maybe we can work with that. Maybe Kay is here. Not Kale, though. Kay. Racing. The biceps was a very funny moment. I miss it. Okay. We're gonna pretend that it's not trying to be romantic with the word partner. I'm sure it is, because that's just what just what AI Dungeon's about, but Alright. Let's try this. Her eyes dart from you to look past your shoulder. You follow her gaze, but see nothing. So, she continues, you were sent to find me by your partner? Partner, you repeat, your mind racing. She can only be referring to Kay, but as she cursed him, you don't think linking your name with his is a good idea. No, I'm here to ask for your help. You wish you were better at lying. And the AI says... Really? Against who? The curse. You hold your breath. She must know something. Ah, the curse. She sighs, shaking her head. What does she know? No. Let's retake that one. Okay. Indeed. My name is Matty, the shadow says. Her voice is low and husky. I run operations for the syndicate. No. Take 3? What shadow? The syndicate. Kay needs help. Tyrek's eyebrow quirks. Okay, this is in context of the story. AI Dungeon, you did great. This is a solid B- response. But I don't... We're trying to lie to you. Wait, no, hang on. I missed a sentence. What does it say? Really? Because it seems that you already found me twice. She sips her tea, so what is it you want? We're just... Really? Okay, no, that wasn't a B- response. I take it all back. Okay, we can work with this, right? We'll tidy this up a bit, and then we can end the stream. So... I was gonna say she's... Alright, there we go. That's kind of back in the thing. Oh, Fixato says, the video stream got stuck, and here I was wondering why it was so quiet. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that wasn't on my end. It looks like it's still streaming. Okay. I like the sipping of the tea. And there's just Twitch being twitchy. Well, that's kind of in character, really, isn't it? I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. So we've edited the AI's response and we'll end on this. No, I'm here to ask for your help. You wish you were better at lying. Really? Because you must be rather capable to have found your way directly here, and with a whiff of spirit magic about you, no less. She sips her tea. So, what is it that you want? You cast about for something she might believe, but come up with nothing. Tyrek's eyebrow quirks. Okay, that is the stream today. Thank you everyone for coming and talking to me and helping me wrangle AI Dungeon. I think we're getting more coherent mostly. So this is, you know, we're on a good path. Chimerical Girl says, thank you so much for the lovely strange story time. Thank you so much for the lovely strange story time. Thank you for coming and being part of this. I wouldn't do it if there wasn't people watching, probably. Wrigley's is waving at me. Bye, Wrigley's. Bye, everyone. I'll see you again next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. GMT, if you'd like to come back. And I'll be writing this up on my website probably later this evening.